You see, my problem with rich people is not that they are rich. No, that's not my problem. My problem with rich people is not that they are rich or they are wealthy or they are influential. That is not my problem. I have no issue with that. My issue is that most rich people make themselves rich by making other people poor. That's my problem. As in, you don't need to make others broke in order to make yourself wealthy. It is demonic. Okay? You don't need to pull people down in order to stay on top. It is, witchcraft. Witchcraft is when you sabotage the visions, the dreams, and the efforts of others in order to stay relevant. In order to stay on top, you have to sabotage the dreams, the visions, the progress of other people in order to stay relevant. That is witchcraft. And let's tell ourselves the truth. Most wealthy people on earth today are witches. How do I know they are witches? Because you're sabotaging the growth than the progress of those who are coming up. Those who are coming up, they're creative, they have innovation, they're coming up with technologies, they're coming up with stuff that will better mankind, that will contribute positively to society. You sabotage them in order for you and your businesses to stay on top. It is witchcraft. And because of the actions of many rich people trying to sabotage those who are just coming up, they halt the world. What I mean, they halt the world means that the world does not progress, because these people, young people, are so creative. They come up with inventions, with new innovation, new technologies to better mankind. If you dig deep enough and do enough research, you discover that there are many inventions that never became a reality, that never blew up, that never gained the relevance it was supposed to gain. I'm not just talking about technology, even in medicine, even in agriculture, in art, in science. Many people coming up with visions, with technologies, with creative work that could solve real life problems were inhibited. They were stopped. And now they fizzled away. And people are suffering as a result of this madness. Why do I call it madness? Because that's what it is. This is what makes me angry. This is my problem with your rich folks. As a minister of God, I have to say the truth. God has no problem with you being rich. He himself is wealthy. The word of God makes it clear that it is God who makes rich and God who makes poor. God has the authority to make people rich. So God has no problem with you being rich. In fact, most of God's servants were well-to-do. They were wealthy. Check out Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Jabez, Joshua, Moses. These were not poor people. How about David? How about Solomon? How about Elijah the prophet? These were not beggars. These were people who were well-to-do. God has no problem with you being wealthy. God has a problem with you building your wealth by trampling on other people, especially those who are coming up. And God's warning to you all is this: let people be. Let people succeed. Don't be the devil that will stop young people from progress. Don't be a tool to be used by Satan to stop the young ones coming up from succeeding. If you were stopped when you were coming up, you will not be where you are today. So society has to progress. Put down your ego and work for the common good of mankind, and stop putting your selfish interests first. You need to hear this. Stop putting your selfishness. Because if you put your selfishness at the forefront, you will not see the societal good. I heard about a certain invention by a Zimbabwean inventor. A car that can run on microsonic energy. That means the car powers itself through airwaves. Technology. It's real. Go do your research. How about cars that run on solar energy? Cars that run on water? Technology that turns plastics into usable fuel and other petrochemical products. Technology that you will be shocked. Many of them coming up in Africa, some in the United States, some in Europe, and some in Asia. Young people coming up with technologies, even in architecture. God is giving people wisdom, developing crafts that will better humanity. Imagine what it will look like having your entire house powered by airwaves. No charging, no batteries. As long as there is air, there will be electricity. Before solar energy succeeded, it was a fight. And just because you are scared that your ego and your business may crumble, then change your business. Listen, the world must upgrade. We will not stay stagnant because of you and your business. Your business has served its purpose. It must give way for others. This is one thing we must understand. If you change your business and upgrade, you will not die. Many businesses change their products, change their brand when they discovered that what they were offering was no more relevant. They humbled themselves and changed, and they are still relevant today. They are still relevant. Is it not Nokia that was producing button phones? When Android came up, they began producing Android. You rarely see button phones made of Nokia again. Android Nokia. They upgraded. Rather than fighting the Android market sellers, rather than fighting those producing Android, they step up and they join the moving ship. They are still relevant. They produce tablets, they produce watches. They are still relevant today because they humbled themselves. Many other companies have humbled themselves. I remember at one point they were selling tissue of what? Many other companies changed brands, upgraded on their brands. Because the world must progress. Everyone must not remain stagnant because of you. Okay, you were selling generators. Now that you realize that solar energy is taking over, begin to produce solar panels. Shift your market. That's how you stay relevant. Not by trying to fight those who are trying to upgrade the world. It's witchcraft. And this witchcraft, God hates it. And this is why many business owners will go to hell. Because the ideas that God put in the minds of young people, rather than supporting, okay, if you don't support them, why not let them be? Nobody's asking for your support. They never begged you for support. Let them be. If you won't help someone, at least don't hurt them. If you can't help them, leave them. You cannot help them to thrive. Then let them be. God who gave them that idea will help them. Don't be the devil that want to stand in their way to try to stop them. I see and I hear reports of how young inventors have been stopped, to the point that people are scared of crafting technologies because they know that they'll be fought against. Many are attacked just because you want your own products to sell. You don't want the next person to progress. That is terrible witchcraft. It's not just business, it's not just economic warfare, it's witchcraft. Why not join the moving ship? Must everybody use button phone? Must everybody continue to use petrol? How long will we use petrol? If you see the system shifting, you can use shift. Join the moving ship. See, the church had this level of witchcraft too. But we got rid of that. When radio came up, when television came up, the church opposed it. Until the church realized that it's a new shift coming. And no amount of criticism or attacks could stop the revolution. The church joined the system. Now TV channels, church-run TV networks, preaching the same gospel of Christ across TV. Join the new ship and stay relevant. All the churches that are still opposing till now, they are at the back door. Because if you can't hold everybody back, everybody will progress and leave you behind. If you don't want to move forward, you will stay stagnant, and you cannot force everyone to stay stagnant with you. This is my problem with many of your rich folks. Allow poor people breathe. For all richer nations out there, yes, you are greater, you are richer, we know you have more capacity. Allow the smaller ones to breathe. Let them drink the water and drop the cup. Your European and American nations, the Western world, this is for you. Leave Africa, leave Asia, leave other nations alone. Focus on your country. There are homeless people in Europe. Get them houses. People are dying of sicknesses. Provide good health infrastructure in your own countries. Provide good road systems. Accidents everywhere in Europe and in the Americas. People dying of cancer and different sicknesses. Take care of that. Stop trying to prognose into other countries' business, trying to control the narrative of other nations. What's your problem? You have the biggest monitoring spirits of life. Leave other nations, let them breathe. You want to take mineral resources to tricks, and if they don't give you, you want to foment trouble, you want to create chaos. What's your problem? Let them be. If you won't help them, let them be. Those nations have existed for years. Those people that have lived for years, their ancestors have lived for years. If their ancestors survived without your intervention, they survived without your aid and your help, their children will survive without you. Don't ever feel that means will not help. Then don't help, they will survive. Do you really think that if you don't step in, other nations will crash? What has got into your head? How did they survive before you? What do you think you are that if you step out, everybody will crash? That's pride. Thinking that if you leave, everywhere will crash. Nowhere will crash. In fact, people will get better. Because you're giving them the freedom to live and let live. Let people breathe. For all pastors hearing me, let other ministers of God breathe. Don't try to use your influence to try to criticize or dumb down or slower another ministry. let them breathe. Hear what I just said? Let them breathe. Let other pastors breathe. Yes, let the young evangelists, the young prophets, the young pastors, let the young choir leaders, let the young musicians, let them breathe. If you won't give them a platform, then don't act like the devil trying to stop them when they create the platform for themselves. You won't help them. Okay, then pastor your big church. You see the young man is coming up, God helping him. You want to blog, you paying bloggers, you paying false accusers, you trying to dumb him down. In many cases, you see, you hear sad reports of pastors hiring assassins to kill fellow pastors. It's annoying. It's an insult to the name of Christ. What makes you think another man rising will bring you down? Once you see another man's success as a threat to yours, it shows you have witchcraft. No one is attacking you. Why do you think the person is a threat? People are just trying to survive. See the young inventor and the one that learned from the US inventing a machine that can turn plastic into fuel. He's not out there targeting anyone. He's just inventing stuff and trying to make the world a better place. Do you know how much good such invention will do? To lessen pollution, plastic materials in landfills, that will help. But what happened? Right now he's afraid. And it's so sad. So sad what's happening to him. I pray God helps him. I pray he doesn't pass away. Because if he dies, the knowledge will go with him. And the whole world will have to suffer the effect of pollution. When God has sent someone with the cure, with the solution for this problem, let him be. I remember doing research some time ago and I discovered that cancer had a cure. Most of these diseases they tell you is so incurable have cure. The problem is they're being suppressed. The powers that be don't want them to be cured. Why? Because you want people to be sick. I don't get what pleasure will you take in people dying? If the cure is around, let people drink and get well. It's witchcraft to try to stop a doctor. I don't want to mention the name of anybody here. I read about it. A doctor many years ago, about four decades ago, invented a medicine that could cure cancer. What happened? Suppression. Suppressed. Court cases upon court cases, attacks from left, right, center, everywhere, just to make sure his medicine does not get the reach that it deserves. So that people will keep on dying of cancer. What joy would you have when people die of cancer? What do you gain? If it's not witchcraft that is disturbing you, what is your profit if people die? If someone invents a drug that can cure HIV, is that not a plus? Is that not a plus to society? Is that not something we should celebrate God for? If someone invents the cure for any terrible disease, we should celebrate. They should not be attacked. They should be protected. Because those people, God have sent them as messiahs to solve real problems. Imagine what will happen if we had a device that can make call without charging credit. Imagine devices. Don't think about it. Look at the good that solar is already doing. People have their own electricity. Is that not a plus? Why do you want to stop them? Let them breathe. A man of God is performing miracles. Other pastors are angry. Why are you angry? Why are you angry? I ask you. Is that not a plus? Are you not happy that God's people are being healed of sicknesses? Oh, wait. They should be dying of diseases in your church. Are you not happy that at least they're going to somewhere that they will be healed? You don't care about their lives being changed. All you care about is that they must be in your church. So you want people to remain in your churches and die. Then why not upgrade? You want to stay relevant. Upgrade. Times are changing. Obtain power from God and perform the miracles you admire in that pastor's life. People will also come. Because wherever people see solution to that problem, people will go there. Even if it's in the bush, the church is in the bush, people will go to where there's power. People go to where there's power. Upgrade. Sometimes go there and go and learn. How do you do this? Go and glean from the wisdom. Maybe there's something that person knows that you don't know. Remember, a great man once told me, when you see someone higher than you, don't envy them. Learn from them. Make friends with them. There's something they know that you don't know. Maybe you know more than they know, but there's one thing they know that you don't know. And that one thing, if you add it with what you already know, you may even be greater than him. The word of that great man still sticks with me. That's why I don't envy anybody. I make friends with those who I see succeeding, because I know, even if I know so much about success, there's something you know I want to add. Come make friends with those who succeed. You see them as a threat, make friends with them. Ask them, what do you? Let me learn. So as the person improves, you improve, everybody upgrade. You want to keep everybody backward. It's witchcraft, stop it. You don't need to get rich by making people poor. You don't need to make life difficult for other people to live in order for your life to be easy. It is witchcraft to try to suppress those who are rising. Also, are you being the only person staying on top? It's witchcraft. You want to be the only person producing it. Meaning what? Are you the only person God created? Are you the only person that is alive? Are you the only person in your country? Why do you think you are the only person that should be doing what you are doing? So because you have social media, others who are coming up with their own social media platform, you want to suppress them. I don't understand. Why do you see young people rising as a threat to you? Stop this witchcraft. Because this witchcraft, it will land you in hell. Not just in hell. Most times you may not succeed. And many times you will be exposed. God will expose you. And that business, that name, that relevance you think you're trying to protect, it will crash when God exposes you for the evil you're doing. You don't protect yourself by hurting everybody. You don't protect yourself by harming everyone else. Sometimes the best way to succeed is by helping others. I remember an elderly woman once told me, I was discussing with her, she told me something. She said, my son, I want to give you this advice. She said, When you are helping someone cross the river to the other side, you are crossing the river yourself. You are not just helping the person, you are helping yourself. Because by the time you help the person cross the river, you realize that you have also crossed the river yourself. You are on the top. Help pull others up. If you are down, reach out. If you are up, pull others up too. That's life. That's how they live life. Not to suppress everybody, you are stamping on everybody. Only you should succeed. Only you. What is it? Let others drink water and drop the cup. Smaller nations are getting great. It becomes a problem. You to upgrade now. So you want other nations to be down. You create chaos, sponsor rebel groups, destabilize the economy through various sinister ways. Take out leaders who resist your evil. Then you think God will let you go free. He will not. You will pay for the evil you've done, either in this life or in the afterlife. Because if death is the end, then there is no real justice. That's why there is hell for the wicked. Listen, allow other people breathe. Don't come and use your greatness or your achievement to oppress everybody else. As what? And you that you are better, day or day. Allow other people to day their day. Allow other people to breathe too. You have a husband, so what, must you parade him and oppress the single ones? Allow single girls to breathe. Allow single men to breathe. You have a wife. Who told you they will remain single forever? That lady you are mocking at because she's single, she will soon get married. It's time. Most time you don't know why they're single. Some of them, they don't want to marry now. They want to set up their own life. You have set up your own and you are married. Allow them. Leave people alone. Let people breathe. Let people drink water and drop cup. What is your problem? These witchcrafts have led to the downfall of those who try to oppress others. Because in trying to pull others down, you will pull yourself. Yes. And you will ruin that thing you are struggling to protect. You will ruin it. Because the Bible says there's nothing hidden that will not be revealed. That evil you are doing will be exposed. People will begin to realize the evil you are doing. And you will bring more shame to yourself. You will lose more than what you are trying to protect. Why not get better? Okay, you are greater than other nations. Go get better. Allow those who are coming up to come up in peace. You are destabilizing their agriculture because you want to be the only person exporting food to them. Meaning what? You don't want them to farm on their own land? They said they don't want to sell you the mineral resources. Then go buy from elsewhere. Are they the only country that has it? Go and buy from elsewhere. And if they refuse, get to know why. Maybe you are doing something that they don't like. And make amends. Stop thinking you will get everything by force. You bully people to get it. You get it through tricks. It's wrong. This is my problem. And please, you should stop. Let's help each other. And if you don't want to help me, at least Don't hurt me. If you won't help me, leave me alone. Leave people alone. You are insulting Africans here. You won't leave Africans alone. You always have interest in what Africa is doing. Always interested in our business. African cough, you complain. We laugh, you complain. We cry, you complain. What is your own? We use our own gold, you complain. Not just complain, you are angry. What is your business in our matter? Africans, we say we don't want homosexuality. We want to push it. Meaning, must we accept everything? We must not become like you. Every country must not adopt your culture. Every country must not adopt your system of government. Let people be themselves. It's important that people learn this. Because this witchcraft, it will crash nations. I mean, those ones who are practicing this witchcraft. Because God will not lose anyone He has sent to better the world again. That time is over. That time is over. Henceforth, you try to pull down a God-sent person down, try to pull down someone who is God-sent, God who sent you will pull you down to the dust. Let people be. It's a warning from God you must take. Let people be. You have heard the words of God. The ball is now in your courts. I'm done talking for now. Shalom.